We interrupt our normal program. Normal broadcasting will now be discontinued for an indefinite period.
This station will continue to stay on the air throughout the alert period to bring you authentic information. Telephone service to your home may be cut off. If you can plug in your radio in the basement, take it with you. Use a portable radio set if you have one.
In today's video, I'm going to take a short road trip and drive from Reno all the way out to Dixie Valley. And supposedly there's some military equipment that was parked out there by the U.S. Navy years ago that was used for target practice, I guess. So I thought this might be a fun adventure to go check that out, and if I can find that stuff, then I'll make it part of the video. I've been looking at Google Maps to try and figure out where in that area some of these vehicles are, but it's also a good opportunity to just test out some of my mobile gear that I've got in my Jeep. I've got a Motorola mobile unit as well as a CB and my Yaesu HF mobile rig, and I want to test out some of the antennas that I've got set up on the Jeep as well, so and see how those do on the highway at a little bit higher speeds. But anyway, I better get going because it's starting to get late, but if I can find some of these vehicles, I'll show you what that looks like.
There was a call ending in Charlie Oscar. Go down.
All right, so here's a tank out here in the middle of Dixie Valley. This is the first one I've come across so far. Looks like there might be, I don't know if you can see it, something over out that way, but I'll walk around this tank and show you what it looks like. See if we can get a shot of the inside. So here's what the tank looks like. So you can see it looks like the Wolverines have been here, but I'll walk around it so you can get a good look at it. And I'll show you the radios I have in my Jeep in a moment. So on the Jeep, I've got my fire stick antenna for my CB, and that's the ATOS 120A, and then I've got a magnetic mount antenna on the roof that I'm using for my Motorola mobile unit. And inside, there's my HF rig, and I've got my CB and Motorola radio. Looks like there's a bus out here. We'll walk over there and check that out for a minute. This is a pretty cool area. I've never been out to Dixie Valley, but I mean, you know, we're out here kind of in the middle of nowhere. But I guess sometime in the late 1800s, that's when Dixie Valley, or the town of Dixie Valley, was established. I guess they found minerals like borax and salt out in this area, so that drew a lot of interest. But here's an old bus that's out here. It looks like some people may have been using it for target practice. But I guess later in the 1900s, there were somewhere around 50 families or so, I guess, that built ranches out here. And they had a thriving cattle community due to a lot of the groundwater in the area, which the residents used to grow alfalfa and raise livestock for almost a century. And then sometime, I guess it was around 1995, that's when the US Navy acquired this area and they started using it for training. And I believe at the time, there were still some families that were living out here, and they were bought out, and I guess all the homesteads were demolished to make way for the expansion of the Fallon Range Training Complex. And so they started parking military vehicles out here as targets. I guess this one's been out here for quite some time, but I'm glad I was able to find it. It took me a little bit of time to locate it. I was looking at a lot of images on Google Maps to try and figure out where it'd be, and this is really the only area with a lot of trees, and I knew this tank was over here parked under one, so I just started driving over here and trying to figure out if it was on one of these little roads, so I got lucky. It is really pretty out here though. Anyway, I guess that's probably going to do it. I know it's kind of a short video, but I accomplished what I wanted to do, which was find this tank. And I'm going to start heading back. It did take me about 2.5 hours to get out here, but as far as the comms in my Jeep, I'm pretty happy with those. This was just kind of a chance to go on a short road trip and test those out, but my HF rig and my Motorola mobile unit and CB worked out pretty well. And also my antennas held up well on the highway, and I got up to about 70 and didn't have any issues. My mounts are holding up, and So you can see the HF antenna is still pretty sturdy, as well as the CB and the mag mount up there. So I was a little concerned that once I got up to higher speeds that maybe the mounts would start to loosen, but so far they're holding steady. But anyway, I'm gonna start heading back. Catch y'all on the next one.